Shalom Aleichem, everybody. Hope all is well. You are the Mashiach of your personal situation. You are a messenger of God to carry out His mission in every single situation you find yourself in. What does this mean? This means that whenever we attach ourselves to God's will, we become a messenger and a soldier of the one above. So, we do God's mission in this world when we make ourselves aligned with God. When a person, God forbid, is not aligned with God's will, they can find themselves doing the opposite of God's mission in this world, God forbid. But when we decide to become messengers of the Almighty, we become the Mashiach of our situation, because we know that each and every one of us has a spark of the Mashiach within us. And when we align ourselves with God's will, we tap into that level within ourselves. And we give health to the world at large. We give spiritual health to the world at large. This is why a person will notice when they become involved with God's will, they're going to notice certain patterns happening in their lives. And they're going to find themselves meeting people that are directly involved with the same things that they're involved with. And a lot of hashgacha pratis, divine intervention, will surround you. What's hashgacha pratis? Everything is hashgacha pratis, meaning everything that happens in this world is God's will, and every little detail is being run by the one above. So when you find hashgacha pratis is when you find yourself in a situation where it is very clear that God is running the world. We know God is always running the world, but sometimes we experience situations where it's completely open and obvious. And how do we tap into this level even more so? By learning Torah, learning Hasidut, and doing mitzvahs. By us learning Torah, we find ourselves completely connected with God. What does this mean? The world we live in is a physical place where God encloses Himself within the physical. So God gave us the Torah and enclosed Himself within the Torah. So when a person in this physical world wants to become aware and involved with God, they have to learn Torah and do positive deeds and do acts of kindness for one another. Then God becomes revealed in this world. So we have to recognize that our potential is beyond infinite. This is what separates us from angels and animals. Is angels and animals, they are designed a certain way and they're programmed by God a certain way, and they can only act in that of which they're programmed. But human beings, we have no limit. We can always reach higher and higher in our connection to God because our limit has not yet been defined. That is why there's the idea of Teshuva. We can always repair the past. Every day that we find ourselves alive is an opportunity not only to repair the past, but to take the past and to use it to elevate ourselves to an even greater level. God created Teshuva. What is Teshuva? Teshuva means that we have the ability to return from God after we've fallen. And the Tzemach Tzedek in Derech Mitzvasecha teaches us that actually when a person does Teshuva, not only do they actually repair the light that was damaged by their sin, but they draw down an even higher light, a light from the beyond infinite light, the Ur Ein Sof, the infinite light from Hashem Himself. Because the fact that you damaged that light, that you sinned before, means that you can't bring down that same light, because that light has already been damaged. You have to draw down an even higher level. And this is why are so many tzaddikim explain to us that a place where a Baal Tshuva stands, a tzaddik gamor cannot even stand. A Baal Tshuva, somebody who returns to God after sinning, reaches a higher level than a perfect righteous tzaddik, a person who has never sinned before. Why? Because when you return, when you do Teshuva, you elevate all the darkness from beforehand and you turn it into light. And we know in Chassidus that the light that comes from darkness is the brightest form of light. So let us understand that we are truly the Mashiach of our situation. We can carry out God's will in this world and bring the Mashiach, the Melech Mashiach, the King Mashiach, the one that has been promised to us, the Mashiach ben David, who will be the king of our nation and will usher in the Messianic era. So let us experience this today and believe in ourselves, because God believes in us. The fact that you are alive today is proof that God believes in you. So don't ever doubt yourself. Remember, even if you don't believe in yourself, God forbid, God believes in you. Shavua Tov. May Hashem bless you all in these final few days of this holy, holy year as we enter the new year 5782. May Hashem bless you all. May we experience the days of Mashiach even before the end of the year. May we experience it today.